South Central Louisiana, 1985. The streets throbbed with a dangerous energy. Graffiti-scarred walls and flickering streetlights painted a bleak landscape. This was the kingdom of the 80Z crew, and Ian Lan Johnson was their undisputed king.
Lan, a figure of imposing presence, held court on a street corner. His crew, a tight-knit band forged in the crucible of South Central, surrounded him.
Rue, Lan's right-hand man, exuded quiet strength. ECEE, the crew's resident wildcard, crackled with nervous energy. And then there was Deuce, young, ambitious, and Lan's protege. The air crackled with unspoken understanding. Loyalty bound them, thicker than blood. They were family, each one a vital organ in the beating heart of the 80Z.
Their grip on these streets was absolute, their reputation a whispered legend. But tonight, a storm was brewing.
The shadows held secrets, whispered doubts carried on the wind. Lan felt it, a shift in the air, a coldness that had nothing to do with the approaching night. His eyes, hardened by years on the streets, scanned his crew, each face a mask, each heartbeat a drum against the silence. A call crackled through on Lan's burner phone, shattering the fragile peace. It was Smoke, his informant, his voice a hushed rasp. The cops had raided one of their stashes, a tip-off. Smoke was sure of it. Someone was talking, a rat in the ranks.
The news hit the crew like a shockwave. Trust, absolute and unquestioning, was the lifeblood of their existence. Betrayal cut deep, a wound that festered and poisoned.
Lan's face, usually an unreadable mask, tightened with barely suppressed rage. Rue, ever the voice of reason, tried to calm the storm.
We gotta be smart about this, Lan. Can't go off half-cocked.
But his words were drowned out by the storm brewing in Lan's eyes. ECE, always quick to react, paced like a caged animal, his voice high with tension.
Who the hell is snitching? Name the punk, and I'll...
Enough! Lan's voice, low and dangerous, cut through the escalating tension. He looked at each man, his gaze lingering on Deuce. The young man's eyes, usually bright with youthful bravado, were downcast, his gaze flickering nervously. The hunt for the snitch began, a silent, suffocating pressure that permeated every corner of their world. Suspicion hung heavy in the air, a toxic cloud that threatened to choke the life out of their brotherhood. Lan, consumed by the need for answers, became a shadow, his presence felt rather than seen.
Lan, we gotta be sure, man. We tear this crew apart based on whispers, we're finished.
But Lan, lost in his own world of doubt and anger, wasn't listening. ECE, fueled by paranoia and distrust, began to see shadows everywhere, his finger itching to pull the trigger.
He saw guilt in every nervous glance, heard betrayal in every whispered word. Deuce, once the favored son, now walked a tightrope, every step scrutinized, every word dissected. The once impenetrable walls of their world were closing in, the pressure building towards an inevitable explosion.
A tense silence hung over the abandoned warehouse, the only sound the drip of water from a leaky pipe. Lan stood before Deuce, his face shrouded in shadow. The air crackled with unspoken accusations, the weight of evidence circumstantial but damning.
They say it was you, Deuce. They say you made a deal, saved your own skin.
Deuce, back against the wall, shook his head, his eyes wide with fear and something else, something that looked suspiciously like guilt.
Lan, you know me, man.
But the words rang hollow even to his own ears. Rue, caught in the middle, pleaded for reason.
Lan, we need proof. You can't just...
His words were cut short by the look in Lan's eyes, the cold, hard glint of a man about to pass judgment. The air grew thick with anticipation, the silence shattered only by the pounding of hearts. The fate of the 80Z, their brotherhood, hung in the balance, resting on Lan's next words.